How you doing? This is Mari Cruz, bringing the gap between the rich and the poor, coming from the great state of Texas and the great state of Florida, with a friend, Robert Trevino. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, Marty. Doing good.
So we met through a group, and we both took a class called The Plan, and that's what I want you to talk to you about. Are you beta 1 or beta 2?
Uh, beta, I think beta one.
So you're the oldest class. Yes, I
Well,
wasn't sure.
I know I started like around. I'm not sure if I was the first class, but I know I started like in the summertime, like
So
June,
you
July.
were the first class.
Okay.
You were the first class. So you're beta 1. So basically, beta 1 was the first class of The Plan. Did you have any background in crypto? Is the first thing that I want to ask you, because I know there's a lot of people that would like to know crypto, and they're like, oh, I don't know if I could do this.
Yeah.
And how was your experience with that?
So I've always been interested in crypto, just because it's something new. I didn't have a lot of knowledge. I just knew Bitcoin, and that's the popular currency. So I was looking into it, but I don't think I could say I was anything seasoned or experienced. So I really didn't have a lot to go on. It's like I heard someone say it this way. It was like Russian roulette. You're getting into something and you're not sure if it's the right choice to do.
Oh, yeah.
So I definitely was interested in learning more, but it wasn't until The Plan that kind of solidified it as to a structured way of working with crypto.
Okay. So no background. You never have onboarded money to crypto land before the class.
Right.
At
Yeah.
all. Oh, my God.
Yeah. I didn't even have as you get into this, I didn't even know what an exchange was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You're not the only one. I mean, I knew I was actually onboarding money. That was the only thing that I knew, but I didn't know what to do with it. I just left it in a place. So once you sign up, no, you saw the webinar. Why is it that called you to actually sign up to this in the webinar?
I'll tell you what, I work for myself. I've always tried to look for additional income streams of income, because with the pandemic, everything's uncertain. When you work for yourself, you have a job, then you don't have a job. So anyway, long story short, I got the email about The Plan, and it came from Dan Hollings. Now, I have known of Dan Hollings because I've also sold on online on Amazon, and I had taken a course from him years ago. And so I knew him in that sense. I knew he was trustworthy. And I also had known that he had disappeared from the e-commerce world for a while. And I didn't know what had happened. 3-4 years, I didn't know. So when I got the email and I saw the webinar, I said, oh, this is what Dan has been, what he's been hiding and what he's been doing. And if I did, I'll be honest with you, Mari, if I didn't know Dan, I don't know if I would have taken that leap into getting into the crypto world. But since I knew his ethics and I knew what type of person he was, that kind of propelled me, like, let me take a chance, because, crypto, as many people say, they're not too familiar with it. They don't know. But when I saw what he was doing and the results he was getting, like, well, maybe I could see what I can do with this. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you basically had the same thing, because I was a client of Jason for years.
Okay.
And when I trust him. And so whenever he gets into something, I'm like, I'm going to jump to that, because he's like Midas to me. Everything he touches is gold. So that trust factor of, hey, I know this person, I can trust this person has been around in the space, is important. So once you sign up to the class, was it overwhelming in the beginning on the getting started and all this stuff? Because I know a lot of people are wondering, can I do this? Even if you're older, because I mean, both of us are over 40, so it's not like we're young spring chickens, you know what I mean? But like those people over 40, was it too difficult for you in the beginning, or you were like, this is organized, I can do this. I can do this.
Yeah. So, I have traded like stocks and things like that. So it's the same premise that you're buying something. And, I had a broker account for stocks. but never an exchange for crypto. But what I like about Dan is everything is step by step. You know, you get exposure to the cryptocurrency. You get exposure to what's an exchange. You get the exposure how to transfer money from your bank to the exchange. And it's so detailed. There's just when you go into the back office, everything is laid out. So even if you knew nothing, you're gonna get it. And what the nice feature that maybe people don't talk about is that Dan has a great support team. So if you get stuck, and I have got stuck because I just didn't get something, and I'd send a message, and usually within that day, it's never longer than a day, they get back to you and say, oh, this is what you're missing, or this is what you need to do. So I have used the support team initially, and I still do when I have a question. I don't want to get too much into it, but sometimes I'll be, just an example, I was looking at a certain type of pairing, like, why do these end with a 3, and I found out
the leverage coins.
So the leverage coins, and I said, should I get into this? And because you see the potential that possibly could make, and they nicely said, that's a little more riskier. It's something Dan doesn't teach initially, but he will in the future. Like, oh, okay, so I'll just stay away from those for now. But yeah, so that's what I mean. That's the type of feedback we get being part of the plan.
So not only a good class, but a good support. And usually support answers you 2 hours or less, usually. Because one time I sent an email like at 12 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
And at 1 o'clock, they already had answered me. And I said, oh, my God, like, I can't believe this.
Yeah, they're good.
Just
they
like that.
Good.
I mean, nobody, tell me who emails somebody at 12 at midnight and answers you back at 1 a.m. in the morning. I mean, it wasn't normal hours.
Right.
So out of everything that you learned, that we cannot, we cannot talk about certain things because we have to, every one of us had to sign a legal disclaimer due to the intellectual proprietary ownership of Dan. I mean, it's not ours. Right. We're just learning his secret. What was the most difficult thing you feel out of the class? Because the thing that made me a little bit afraid was sending money from one exchange to another. But once I did that, and I did copy and paste, and I'm like, that's it. I can do this. And I start sending thousands of dollars like that. And I'm like, but in the beginning, it was like, oh my God, I don't know if this is going to disappear or type of thing. Were you afraid of that? Or was there something else that you were like, I don't know how I'm going to do that?
Yeah, so definitely anytime you exchange money, there's a certain fear, right? Man. So I think everybody, when they're getting into this, have the same, fear, trepidation. I have other people that are in the plan, and, it's a little, private group I have. And, they have, Robert, I'm going to send $20 just to make sure it gets through. And you know what? That's how I started. I sent like $100 and see if I lose $100, I lost it, but no. And that's how you just build the confidence. So I think, Mari, what you're saying is so true. It's that initial, like, putting money into an exchange. It's similar to a bank, but it's a virtual thing, right? So
yeah, exactly.
That is the apprehension people have, and I had myself. But once it's moving, and once the money's there, and you say, okay, it's there. Now I can use it to buy some coins and then trade with that. So yeah, now my concern is, where do I find more money to put into this?
Well, I mean, if we have ways to do that, and one of the ways that Dan said that is crypto savings accounts.
Yes, right.
Where you can put money there and just borrow against that 50% without having to pay a dime until the heck you feel like it, and it's 6.5 interest.
Yeah,
I was shocked when he said that. I did it, by the way. I borrowed money, and a second later, I had money, and I said, "This is impossible in the banking world," and I was shocked.
That's amazing.
Because I was a skeptical. I don't know about you. I mean, you maybe because of your background in stock market, maybe you were more open to crypto, but I was kind of like, I see a lot of people losing money, and I wanted something that was safer, lower risk, because I'm risk averse.
Yes.
So when I saw this webinar and I said, well, the bots are trading for you. They buy and they do micro buys and sales, just little pieces of your coins, and they always sell it for higher than they bought it. I said, basically it's almost impossible to lose unless you do an error or whatever. You don't follow the plan.
Yeah.
But so now where are you? I mean, how many bots you got? What has been your profit from? I was going to ask you that.
Yeah. No, it's all right.
I don't know if you can share your screen if you don't mind, but you can share your screen with the one to control, but you can share with a share earn link. I don't know if you know that, because that's a way I share my my bots. There's a link that says share and earn, and then that doesn't show the.
Let me just see if I can tap into that real quick. But I tell you, it's been a pleasant surprise. When you see things on a web and you're like, really, can it really be that so? and yeah, it is possible.
With this, it seems to be too good to be true, is what everybody's saying. But when you experience this, and we all start with demo bots, I wanted to mention that because one thing that makes this safer than any other type of way of doing crypto is that we start with demo bots and play money. 1 million play money. It's not your money, but it works kind of like you learn how to set the bots in demo mode, and that actually insulates you from doing error and losing money. And I like that. And once you know how to set the demo, you can set a live bot. Oh my God. A live bot. You know what I mean?
Yep.
How long did it take you for you to set your demo bot, and then how long it take you to set up your live bot after you saw what your coin pairs were doing with the demo bot? Is another question I have.
So let me make sure I got the right screen here. All right. I want to post my link, so I put it in the chat.
So I can
Let me see.
So I can just go there.
Let me just see if it'll paste in there. I think I just pasted. I'm gonna save. I sent it to you.
Okay, so I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna share the screen. Well, actually, go ahead. Now that you send me the replay link.
Oh Lord, I don't want.
Okay.
We're not there yet, are we?
This happened to me, Robert.
You know what? I was sending some messages earlier to other people, so I think it stayed in memory.
I know you're in auto mode like me. You don't know how many people I'm talking. A lot of people are contacting, especially on TikTok still. So it's just crazy.
Let me.
While you do that, guys, I don't. In the first two classes, we have 1,500 people that sign up for each class, beta 1, beta 2. I think we actually got at least 4,000 people. Would you say? In the last class, in the beta 3?
It was crazy.
It was crazy. Basically, these 2 past weeks, Dan Hollings sold $10 million of the plan. That's unheard of in 2 weeks. Unheard of. So that means that people have interest, because this is still at its infancy, in the sense of the majority of the people in the crypto world do not know or not using bot trading. So if you want an unfair advantage, this is the time to get in. So do you get me? Because I haven't seen, you're still looking for it.
Yeah, I'm still. No, I got it.
It's okay. While you do that,
maybe
I can ask you another question. So you started with a HODL bot, or you started with a standard bot? So which kind?
So I started in the HODL bot, and that was in play since the very beginning. I will say that I immediately started to use the demos, because I wanted to see, is it possible that this can generate money on a daily basis? And, Dan says, let it run a few days. And if you see, like what you're seeing, then, go into it live. And I would let it run at like a week, because, you're so new, like, is it now a good time? And honestly, anytime's a good time, as long as it's making money. And so I did do demo for at least a month, just different coins I was looking at. But the initial HODL position, I did that from the very beginning, because Dan said there's no right or wrong time, because that one is an accumulating of coins, and it's one to accumulate Bitcoins, which everybody wants. So that's what I did. And that's what I've been, and then I got into the more um, uh, the regular bots that we want to generate money with. And I want to show you something on this, Mari. Notice the
Okay, so where
first.
you want me to go here?
Yeah, so on that, whoever's listening, I want you to see the power of this. That this morning, I didn't know we were going to have an interview today, Mari, but this is perfect. It's perfect because I got into a bot this morning. I saw, what it was doing, the SHIB.
Yeah, Shiba Inu, yeah.
So it's only been running 3 hours.
Yeah, see it, 3 hours and 14 minutes exactly.
And look how much money it's made.
$27, which is 1.37% of your investment there. Wow.
Yeah. It hasn't even gone 24 hours. Imagine when it goes 24 hours, how much we made in that
day. My gosh.
So just so people know that may be a little apprehensive, that $27 is yours. It goes to your exchange. Once it's made, it's yours. You don't lose it. So that's what's pretty cool about this. Now, the market may go up and it may go down, but as you accumulate profit, even when you go down, you still have that profit. So it has to drastically go down for it to lose profit. But, like we talked, these are just they're just, you're just buying cents at a time. Few
so
cents.
What was your initial investment?
So I started with 3 bots, Mari. And, that's and, Dan suggests we start with 3,000 per bot. So, $10,000 is basically what I put into this. And then I just been growing it little by little.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I can see that the 3 bots that you did first were the XYO, the XTZ, and Aleph.
Yeah, those are some of the originals. I'm going to be honest with you, buddy. In the very beginning, when I saw things go negative, I'm like, oh, I got to get out of this. So I've had some bots that were running longer, but I panicked. And Dan says, don't stop the bots unless they're really going negative. And I was getting used to making a certain type of money from each bot. And when it didn't happen, like, oh, they may cancel it. But when that happens, and this is when you lose money, if you get out when it's in a negative, you lose the negative, right?
Exactly.
So I learned the hard way, but now I know better. Get out when it's in the green, then you're good.
Yeah, so let me explain a little bit here, because this might seem very, very, overwhelming, because one, it's called, we call this crypto ripoff trading because of this lines, this red lines and this green lines, okay? And the reason that he mentioned is $3,000 is because that's the optimum investment, so that it can be divided among all these little lines. So there's always money in there, so that when the market goes up, and like we say, it wiggles like this, goes up and down, up and down, up and down, there's money there for the bots to do a micro trade. So that there is not that important, but you can see that this went out of the grid, which means that it went so low. If you would have been doing manual trading or HODLing, you would have lost money doing that way. But with this, unless you close your bond, you really don't actually get, you don't really lose that. So the most important thing in this whole chart is the sum bot profit, which is the combination of all the bots, of what it's making. So each bot is doing a little, have done money from the beginning, and it started 26 days and 12 hours ago. All of this together have made you $9,116.
Yep.
In less than 30 days.
Yeah, kind of.
And that's what for me is mind blowing. I'm like, when we have changes in here in this green and the red, you see there's a bot here that's negative 25.53, and it's out of range. This two went down a lot in their out of range, meaning that they're out of the lines.
Yeah.
This doesn't affect you unless you close the bot and you sell your coins.
Yeah, it's just like when you buy stock. If you bought Apple stock at 400, I'm not sure what it's going for, but let's say it was $400 a share, and it dips down to $350. You still have that value of that stock. But if you cash out, then you've lost the difference, the 50. And the same thing with the cryptos. If you cash out, you're going to lose the difference. But if you just stay with it, you never know that tomorrow or the other day that Apple stock's going to go up to 500. Then you're in the profit. With crypto, it is so volatile that one day it may be down 35%, and then the next day it's up 50% or whatever. And that's why in the beginning, Marty, I would panic. I would see that 35, I'm out, I'm 25, I'm out, I don't want to lose any more money. I just didn't get it that, in a week we're back making money, that's wiggling higher. And so now that doesn't even faze me when I see it's down 20%, 30%, even 40%. It doesn't faze me at all. Just like, okay, well, it'll come back up because crypto is going up in general. Bitcoin was up over 50,000 already. So everything is starting to, come back up with my bots that were out of range. I think at one time I had like 3 of them that were out of range, or 4. And I said, oh, just give it a little time. I didn't panic. I didn't get out. and now they're, most of them are out of that range.
So I think you said 2 things that are for me that just stood up in what you said now. One is that some people, when they're doing, example, HODLing, they're holding coins, crypto coins, and they think they're making this money. They're not really making money. It's paper. It's in paper. It's not liquid cash flow. The same with the stock market, unless you sell. Am I right? If you don't sell your stocks, you're really not making that money. We're talking here about liquid cash flow, money in your pocket with this bot daily in your exchange, not in the bot interface, but under your control at full times. That was one thing that I noticed about that. So that's another thing that I wanted to say. So if somebody tells you, I have $20,000 in Bitcoin, and Bitcoin dropped to 10K or goes up to 100,000, I made $80,000. That's a lie because you haven't sold those coins.
Right.
It's not real money. It's not real money until you make the deal, make the trade. And the other thing that actually stood up to me as one thing that we learned because I didn't have, besides me onboarding money to crypto, I really didn't have any background in crypto besides that, and I hadn't bought that many, and I didn't even know what to do with the money. It's the psychology of that we are taught in the class of how to act, how to react up to fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the news, which is like, forget about it, don't care about it, calm down, do nothing. Number one thing is do nothing. And I can tell you an example of what happened to me because I was new and I'm beta 2 and you're beta 1. So do you remember like a month and a half ago when they were doing an update in Bitscap?
Yes.
And everything just went crazy. And I said, oh my God, I'm negative $5,000. Okay. It was not that. It was just an update. And then I learned, always check your exchange. So when I went to my exchange, all my money was there. It was just an update. And I said to them, guys, can you just at least let us know that you were doing an update instead of freaking us out? And then dawned on me that that's what people feel when they're doing manual trading and HODLing, holding coins. Something happens, the market crashes, everybody's pumping and dumping, and they lose money. And when the coins go up again, because we know this is a volatile, system, then they lost money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, so how do you feel about the psychology of this? You came from the from the stock market world.
Yeah.
Compared to this is more volatile. So if you're not ready to do manual HODLing and be losing 5% of the time, because that's a statistic. 5% if you're doing manual trading, you're 5% successful compared to bot trading where you're 65% successful. Wow. I don't know about you, but for me, the first one, manual trading, is kind of like a Russian roulette. It's funny that you mentioned that because that's what I say. Russian roulette. 5% of the time, 95% of the time, I'm going to be, just out of the money.
Yeah.
That for me doesn't make any sense.
It's true.
Does it make sense to you? I mean, the 5 to 65%, I mean, it's logical that we went with this, but I'm like, wow.
No, in fact, I've changed my, where I put my energy. I used to be very involved with stock trading. Even though I run a business, I'm early in the morning, you're looking at charts. Early in the morning, you're looking at the direction of the market. Late at night, you're looking at charts. Okay, what do I get in? And right now, as we're going towards the end of the year, everyone's talking about a market crash. So, I don't have a lot of stuff in the stock market anymore because it's a good chance that it could be wiped out overnight. And so I'm very cautious. I do trade stocks, but very cautiously now. But like I said, 90% of my energy is into the bots and
So
learning.
I have a question with the stock market, the stock returns versus the crypto returns, because I don't know if you were there in the webinar yesterday, but Jason said it. He said, I am making more money.
Yeah.
And he has, I think, $1 million in the stock market or something like that.
Yeah.
He's a multimillionaire. And he said, I think he said, I made $12,000 compared to what I did with crypto in the crypto bot trading way faster than that. No, and that's when it dawned on me, oh my God, really, do I need to get into the stock market? You know what I mean? But you, compared to the risk, I mean, can you give a little bit analogy between stock market and crypto bot trading in the money they're making and the risk?
Yeah. So with stock, I think most people familiar is they got 401ks, so that's money that's in the stock market. And so, but it's part of a package, right? A fund. Similar with the crypto, we're trying to create a portfolio so that, it's always, something's always making money. So that same idea. However, with the bots, that money that it's made, it's going right to your exchange. In other words, it's liquid, it's yours. With the IRA, yes, the money you could be up 300,000, but if the stock market crashes, it could be down to 100,000, and all that money you thought you had is not there. So, so that's crazy. And when I looked at it at that in that venue of, wow, this could be gone tomorrow. And yet here, I will be honest, I made more money with the bots than I ever have with the stocks.
Wow.
And I think,
mind-blowing.
Yeah, because with the stocks, you make money one day, then it's gone the other day. Because you're always
How faster is the other question compared to the money that you made in the stock market? How faster did you make that money compared to the fast here in time?
Well, I don't want to say how fast, but how stress-free.
Stress-free, okay. That's good.
Stress-free, doing the bots, you set it up and it's working. Like you can see numbers are moving on this chart all the time. Yeah. So it's making money. Look, I'm not even touching a chart. I'm not even looking at the market. It's making money with stocks, and also trade options, because options is easier. You invest $200, $300, $400, and you hope it goes up in that direction. And so, but you're on pins and needles because, oh, I'm going to lose the $300 or whatever. Or, if it doesn't go up 30%. And in stock markets, if it goes up 30%, most people are happy and they'll cash out because they know if they wait another day too, maybe it goes back down. So it's that level of stress that I don't have because, Mari, I was glued to the monitor. With bots, you don't have to. Like,
it was stressful and time consuming doing the stock market.
Oh yes.
This is not stressful and non-time consuming. That's two things that I wanted to say.
Yeah.
And the level of difficulty between doing the stock market, can somebody completely with no knowledge of the stock market can make money right away in the stock market compared to here?
No, I don't think so. It takes years to be seasoned trader as stocks.
Wow.
And I've been trading for years, and I can't tell you that the bots is where I'm most successful. I'm going to be real honest. I do trade because I see little opportunities here and there with stocks, but it's not where my energy is anymore. If I make some money, great. If I don't, okay. But most of my funds have gone to bots. and that's where I'm less stressful. I'm not watching them monitor. I'm not having to see if an order was executed or an order was stopped out. That's a whole different terminology with the stock market.
Yeah.
But I feel so much more at ease with running a bot. And like I said earlier this year, I had no knowledge of what a bot was. Dan is the only one that teaches it in this style. I know there's some people talking about them, but Dan has said that he teaches it in a way that is minimal risk.
Yes, minimal risk.
Yeah, and it's steady. It's just a steady flow. It's slow and steady making money. So if you only have a few $1,000s, you can get a bot. If you have several thousands, you can get more bots. So it's really up to, like I was saying earlier, Mari, I just want more money to put into bots because you see the potential. But I'll tell you something interesting. And what I did this morning, I had made some money through the bots, and I used that money to buy another bot.
Yes.
So that's
I'm
pretty.
glad that you mentioned that. So basically, this is kind of like the analogy that I like to give about this type of passive income is an analogy of the toll. We're in a toll, we're in a booth, and cars are passing to us. This is my analogy because I prefer this analogy. And what happens when you're in the toll, inside the toll, and you're collecting the money from the cars? They're paying you every time they pass, all day, 24/7. So we are the toll, the bots are the cars, and 25 cents here and 25 cents, 50 cents, that accumulates. I mean, this is you. Is this? I mean, the first month, is this your only month, or you had back? Because you make 9,106 in less than 30 days. Did you had anything before the 30 days, or this is the latest that you got?
Yeah, this is the latest. Like I said, the first month when I really started I was just doing a lot more demos, and some of those I closed out. But this is kind of where we're at, Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So basically, you're happy because you started with 1, 2, 3 bots, and now you're in the highest plan now.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
So
I upgraded.
We got 3 plans: the 2 bots, 5 bots, and then now it's 20 bots.
Yeah, that's right.
And Robert it's been doing this for a couple of months, and he's already in the highest plan, meaning that he has 15 bots or more than 15 bots. I didn't count them, but at least I can see that at least you have 15 bots. Why would you do that if you start every bot is $3,000? Because what is happening? That you have to start another bot today? I mean, you started another bot.
Yeah, no, it's making money.
Because you're making money.
It's profitable. It's profitable.
And I think this is like, I think this is, I say this not to exaggerate it, but I think this is the easiest money that I've done too. And without the less effort. And in the fastest time.
Mari, I tell you one thing.
You know what I mean?
I'll tell you one thing. And there's a lot of online sellers, Amazon sellers, Walmart sellers, eBay sellers. To make like $9,000, $10,000 in a period of 30 days, that is a lot of work. That is a lot of work. You're sourcing, or you're buying to resell, you're shipping it into Amazon, or you're selling it from your home, or
you're waiting too.
And then you may have an assistant or a VA. So before you know it, okay, I sold $10,000, but that is gross. It's not profit. With the bots, it's profit. It's profit. That's money that's yours. 10,000 is 10,000, So it's pretty cool. My stress level has decreased. Now I'm just trying to find, good bots to get into. and just wait. And like Dan says,
let's
do
talk about finding bots.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, maybe you run out of the coin payer thing, or you're still in but we have a bonus that is part of the class, which is the most important thing ever, because those little you see those little coin pairs, SHIB and USDT, LFS and USDT, those are coin pairs.
Yes.
That's what makes us money. So with the class, you get 2 months of free coin pairs where you just copy and paste, and in a minute you can have a bot. 1 minute, you set it up and you forget it.
Yeah.
So that for me, I think that's the most important thing with this. It doesn't take any time, effort, really. It only takes money, and your money is going to make you money.
Yeah.
So I don't know what is. I think the only downside, you have to sign a legal agreement, but I signed it gladly. I didn't see any problem with signing that legal agreement, and then I can't talk about the strategies unless you're in the plan.
Yeah.
Besides that, I don't know. Do you see anything that you feel like it's a downside to this strategy of doing crypto? Or
Like I said, I took a leap of faith. Some people will see, how much it costs the training, but it's more than a training. It's really a plan of how to get involved in the cryptocurrency world and make money in a safe way. And that's what I really like about Dan. Everything he does is trying to do it in a safe way, because he's already had his headaches of doing it the wrong way. So the money you're paying is for his experience. And the way I saw it, if things go right, this will pay for itself within 30 days. And that is so true. From there on, it's all gravy, as we say, because you're going to continue to make it month in, month out, month in, month out. What I try to do is it's making money. We're happy with that. I keep it going. If for some reason, like in the very beginning where I saw things would go down, I would panic and get out. Now I'm going to be very cautious before I get out, but I am using profits to, get in, buy other bots. So kind of research, circulating that money in a positive way, just, use the profits to buy more and continue to grow. So, that's the only, for me, like I said, that's what I'm looking for, in the sense of just making it to continue to grow. But I'm very pleased with it. So far, we're doing good. And I know usually crypto every year in the past 2 years, the last quarter, it can be the very highest in return. So now's a good time. If anyone's thinking of getting in, like, now's the time to do it.
Yeah.
And I've told all my friends, family, other Amazon sellers, and a few of them have joined me on this journey, and we support each other that way.
Yeah. So you're, for me, what you said is that this is a domino effect. And I have to bring that because he mentioned it. I said, you start with one bot, that bot makes you money, then you open another bot with that money that you make, and then you keep adding bots. And it's just like, one thing that I like about the class is that he says that this diversity and security, that the portfolio effect, insulates you. I imagine that's the same in the stock market, that the more stocks you got, when they go down, it kind of like insulates you. So he has all these bots, not only because he's making money, but because whenever the market goes down, it actually, the number is less. Instead of, if let's say the market went 40% down, it will say in the top left some total profit and loss. It will say maybe -5% instead of -10 because of that. It's kind of like it adds everything and just divides it. It kind of, we just deal with fuzzy math here. The only thing that we care about is the sum but profit, which is in the middle, which it says 9,110. So what would you say, besides that you tell them, because we got 4 days and this closes? I mean, we're in 4 days. 4 days and we close. What would you tell somebody that doesn't have any background in crypto and wants to get in and wants to, do it with low risk? What would you tell them with this?
Yeah, so I would say do it. Just because, we've already are in the trenches, Mari. We've seen it for ourselves. It's not like we are part of the plan. We are members. We are actively engaged. We're not just, promoting it, trying to get sales. We're actually doing it. And Mari, in all the things that I've done in the past, I work for myself. I'm in my office. If a client comes to me and says, Robert, what do you think about this or that? I said, well, I've never tried it. I can't tell you. But if there's something that I've tried, I say, yes, do that or try that, because I'm familiar with that product, or I'm familiar with that therapy or even that service. I'm behind it. So I never, ever, Marty, have referred anything that I'm not 100% behind. The plan, I'm 100% behind it. I've preferred my family to it and some other sellers that I know, and even some of my clients. And I said, hey, if you're interested, this is the time, because I'm doing it. And I'll show them these figures, Marty. And they're like, really? I have one of my cousins like, wow, 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 wow. He goes, yes, you could do this too. But like I said, this is the ideal time to get in. I know the plan's going to close in a few days. I know what they've said, that the price is going to go up, and they put some high figures up there, Marty. They played with $5,000. I heard that on one of the webinars. So
I think it might go to 5,000, because remember, he was charging $10,000 to $15,000 to teach this class. Right now, guys, is the last time this class is in beta. Is the last time this class is $2,500. And I tell everybody the specific number, because I want people to be informed. To $2,500, you have to sign an NDA right away, a legal agreement stating that you will not share the strategies, the secrets that we're learning. And you need $3,000 for investment in crypto, or if you already have crypto, you already have the investment. For example, if you have a BTC, $3,000 in BTC, or you have a portfolio 3,000, you can make all that and change it and put, as long as you have a right coin pair, then you can actually start a bot. If you don't have the investment, people start with demo bots anyway. And what some people do is they just wait a couple of months, and then they just start. They just make, save money, and then they start a bot with real money in the future. So the only downside of this, if you don't sign up in the next 4 days, is it's going to be $3,000, $3,500, or to $5,000 for the class the next time. And we don't even have to say that. I tell that to everybody, because I tell also the people that I'm making money for anybody that signs up too. I am pretty transparent about that. So. Do you have any final words besides, when I talk about this, I am so happy. Listen, the first week I was like, I used to was like this with the screen. I couldn't get out of the screen. My husband said, you need to stop this. You're obsessed. I'm like, well, I'm seeing every second that money is coming to our exchange, and it was shocking. And so I think that happens to everybody. But seriously, I don't know what was your background, but me coming from Puerto Rico, coming from a life of struggle and stuff, I never thought that I would be in this type of situation where I am like, you know what I mean?
And Marty, I'm originally from South Texas, and I didn't come from much, and I still don't have much, but one thing I was contemplating was crypto wasn't around 30 years ago. It wasn't. It's one of these opportunities that is present now. And if you're thinking about getting into it, now's the time. Think of if you knew about Bitcoin and what it was going to do when it first started, and it was $200 or whatever, and now it's 50,000. The bots are very similar. It's a new opportunity. The way Dan teaches it, and who knows, Marty, where we'll be in a year from now.
Oh my God!
You know what I mean? You think about if we're able to generate, 10,000 a month. Imagine a year from that where it could be. I don't know. I'm very optimistic, but this is there's a window of opportunity to get in now. And I'm not just saying that just to push people to get into it, because I feel that way, Marty. I really feel this is a nice opportunity.
Me too.
And like, I have a business. I'm sure you have other things you do. If my business gets closed because of the government says you can't work on people, I have a stream of income, Marty, that I feel very comfortable with right now. And I'm going to continue to build it. If I can do that consistently every month, I will be one happy camper, So that's all I got to say, Marty. That's all I got to say.
Well, I like that. This was amazing. Like I said, and this is, my boss haven't made that much, but think about this. I think I made because it's been less than 30 days,
Mm-hmm.
less than 30 days, 20 something days. I think I made $1,800 in 24 days, and I divided that by 24 days.
Yeah.
That's $71.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems small, but if my boss keep giving me $71 every day, you know how much is that?
Oh yeah.
Let me ask Alexa. Alexa, 71 multiplied by 365. Alexa, raise volume to 10. Alexa, raise volume to 10. Do you have problems with Alexa? She's a pain in my behind, by the way. Alexa. Alexa, 71 multiplied by 365.
71 times 365 is 25,915.
Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, even I'm making $71 a day, and of course I'm gonna because I'm new. You've been doing this longer than me. I'm new, so for me that's a lot. $71 that might seem nothing.
Yeah.
When you have the compound effect in a year, I mean, I was shocked. I said, man, and I know I'm gonna be better. And I'm going to actually add coin pairs because the coin pairs are giving it to you for 2 months.
Yep.
And I'm going to make more money. But I prefer lowballing things.
Yep. I'm the same way. Mari, when I'm looking at a bot, if I can get at least $34 off that bot every day, that comes out to about $1,000. So you think about it, if I have one bot and it does $1,000 a month, well, I get 2 bots and it does 2,000. So that's my goal. I'm always watching compound, and then it just keeps working. So that's why I say, even if you start with 2 bots, it's gonna pay for itself. And that's where we're at. We just try to keep building on that. But Mari, I'll be very honest with you. I've had bots that do $100 in a day. Do they do it every day? No, but they could do it 2-3 days, and that just boosted your average. But that money again goes to your exchange. It's yours once it's made. And I think people don't understand that the money that is made goes to your pocket. Cash flow.
In your hand, in your pocket. You can take it out of the exchange, put it in your account, and do whatever the heck you want in a second.
I don't know if it was Dan or Jason said it's like a vending machine.
Yes.
It's like a vending, you put money in that vending machine, you get your product, but the vending machine stays with the money. The bots are the same thing. Once they make money, it's in your account. It's amazing how it works. So that's why I'm very excited. It's money in your pocket. Just like I also equate this like to a rental property. I'm going to get into a rental property for $3,000, but every day I'm getting paid for that rent. Every day I'm getting paid. And that's when you equate it that way, like makes a lot of sense. Like, oh, okay, so that $3,000 is going to work for you. It is. And so that's pretty cool.
Without the property depreciating, without your tenants destroying your property, without you having to seek the property for the guys to pay you or whatever, without any other hassles in autopilot. I think that's the main thing, that once you set this up, you forget it, and it's autopilot. You make money unless you stop the bot. You will be making money every day, and I think that's especially for those of us that are very busy and people that are working a 9 to 5. That's another plus for this. Thank you so much, Robert. I mean, if you don't have anything, because I don't want to keep you too long, because I know you got other things to do.
We'll have to do this again, Mari. But it was a pleasure to be interviewed by you, and I know we're going to do very well this end of the year and into next year. And I'm just encourage people to get involved if they can. We're not trying to force people, but we see the opportunity, guys, and we want to share that opportunity with everyone, because the future is so insecure right now, Mari. Like we're all looking for things to help us, cope with the uncertainties of this life. And like I'm 100% into the bots right now. I get excited when we talk about bots. I'll be honest with you, and I don't want to seem overly excited, but I am excited, and I'm really I'm enjoying the journey. And I love to see overnight what the bots had did. And right now I'm disciplining myself, Marty, just to look at them once a week, just so I see the difference. Yeah, but yeah, you really don't have to do much once they're set.
You're not the only excited. I feel like a little kid talking about this every time I'm talking. My poor husband is just like, honey, look at what we did. Look at what we did. And I'm checking. I usually don't check it. It's because I'm talking about it to people on TikTok so that I can show them. Some people say, show me the money. Here, I'm showing to you.
Yeah.
But if it went bad, I wouldn't see it. But it's just like mind blowing is the only thing that I would say. But thank you so much, Robert.
My pleasure.
For coming. And we definitely need to do this again. This is so fun. Maybe we can do one in Spanish.
Oh, yeah. Sí, para los hispanos.
Exactamente. But sadly, this class is in English until they do this class in the next couple of years with Spanish. In Spanish, we're only talking to people that are Anglos, which is sad, but we don't have control of that.
Yeah,
well, thank you so much, Robert, for coming and from the state of Florida, where I have a lot of family members.
Okay.
And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, hit the bell, like, comment, and share. Hey, can you give me the link? Because is it a chiropractor or some kind of pain management guy? What is it that you do? Because I know the people that need your information for you to help them with their health, with therapy stuff.
Yeah, so I do a particular type of therapy called structural energetic therapy, SET. Mm-hmm. There is several in Florida. There's some in Texas. There's some. I'm up in the Northeast now. Okay, so I'm in New Jersey, but I can give you my website. Let me just see. But it's very good for rehab, rehabilitative body work. That's what it is.
And he knows his stuff because he helped me with something.
Oh yes.
And I can tell you that it moves stuff. And I said, oh my God. And by the way, I got my vibration plate to nice. Do that thing. I haven't used it, but I'm gonna be doing what you taught me and go and do that later tonight. No, not tonight. Later today, because you told me not to do it tonight because I will not sleep at all. So I don't want to do that.
So my website is Rehab Therapy Now.
Okay, I'm gonna put it here so everybody. So if you have issues, and you're in Jersey, where in what area you're in Jersey?
In the northern part of Jersey, close to Montville, New Jersey, or Wayne, New Jersey. Yeah, that's where I'm at. So it's the north. It's close to the New York border on the top side.
Oh, like upstate New York, nearby.
Yes, upstate New Jersey. It's the green part of New Jersey because everyone thinks of New Jersey as like a lot of industrial work, but that's central.
So I put it in there, Robert Trevino, and then your website, rehabtherapynow.com.
Yeah.
So if you have anybody in the family in the area and they're dealing with pain, because he helped me because I have lupus and a lot of other health issues. Go to this guy; he knows his stuff. So thank you so much, and this is Mari Cruz, bridging the gap between the rich and the poor, coming from the great state of Texas and the great state of Jersey.
All right.
New Jersey. See you guys later.
Have a good day.